Second to find this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this week's astrology and this dark moon. So give me a second to find this feed and share it out. If you're going to want a card, go ahead and drop your name. I'm going to do chakra cards today. It's an amazing day for doing videos too. We have some awesome energy going on right now. I'm going to kind of talk about that and what's going on with this Lionsgate porthole. Give me a second. If you're just finding me, please give this video a share out. I give away activation off of every video to try to get you guys to share them out. And I know a lot of you guys catch me on replay because I'm in the United Kingdom. But give this a share anyway, because I don't choose the person until the next day, so you can still participate. I was just talking about the dream and the astral experience. If you guys did not catch my video I just did in our group, Lemurian Dream School, that is one of our premium class areas here on Facebook. You guys can just go ahead and send an invite to that group, Lemurian Dream School. It's a pretty awesome conversation I was having about the astral, the third eye, traveling, meditation, and things like that. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time to talk on these videos because I'm doing cards. So I have little class space areas that I rotate through and I go live. We have 4 class spaces on here and I do 4 other feeds a week. So if you're not in Lemurian Dream School, go check out that content I just did. I did an awesome video. It will help you, understand the dream state hopefully better. We have an awesome energy. We are in the Lionsgate porthole. Yes, I always look at it like we're kind of going in between worlds with these space storm gateways. We have a lot of solar energy coming in too. We're in the middle of a geomagnetic storm of sorts. We have lots of cosmic energies and, codes of light photons coming into this planet during this time. We have the Lionsgate porthole or gateway, which will actually open, or hit its peak on 8/8. So this week's pretty interesting astrologically. We have a black moon tomorrow, which always I just look at it like the calendar system's broken, right? The second new moon of the month, which would be, a black moon, an anomaly, a matrix glitch, if you want to have it. It's also a super moon. It's one of the first of 3 super moons. So the next 3 moons, including this one, will be super moons. New moons are for manifesting. They're for seeding your intention, making manifesting lists, putting your dreams and your goals and your aspirations out there. And then it's supposed to return to you in the form of the physical or the material with the full moon cycle. So it's really important that we understand that a super moon is like a new moon on steroids. And it's going to affect not just us because we're made of water, but, seismic activity, tides, things like that. People are going to be feeling this moon's vibes. It's a really powerful moon. We should be using it. So like I said, focus on manifesting, work on clearing away the old. A lot of people are waiting to get transported to another planet with this ascension and things like that, not understanding you have your own universe. You always have. Every experience you created along with your sidekick, your subconscious. So, if we don't like the things we've been creating, we can always start over. And what's going to shift what we're seeing in our experiences is shifting our vibrational frequency. Once we kind of go within and start to do this inner work, your energy starts to change. You do this awakening and, you're going to kind of transcend the things that are holding you back on every level. It's really important that we're staying focused and aligned with the things that we want to see on every level. It's really important that we understand we've been creating our reality on every level. So a lot of people are in victim programming, third dimensional program, where these things are just happening to me random. This is not my fault. You've always been creating everything. And it's about digging in deeper and becoming that creator God that you're meant to be on every level. So we have to stop, playing the victim and giving away responsibility and understand that we can create a change here. By changing ourselves, we can change our entire reality on every level. It's really important that we're using this energy for what it should be used for, which is reaching a state of empowerment, expanding our consciousness, working on our heart chakra. We've entered into Leo. We have Venus in Leo. which is huge on personal transformation and removing old wounds and old hurts. We also have Chiron still retrograde, which is going to be digging up anything that is blocking you in relationships, in love, old inner child stuff, old traumas, old wounds, the things that you haven't dealt with have been affecting your lessons you're attracting to you and your energy on so many levels. We see a lot of people where they're in these program patterns and they'll attract something they don't like. And then, they'll set that aside and then again, recreate something very similar. So it's about, recognizing the programming that is not working, setting it aside and releasing it to kind of try something new. And we have this amazing space to be creating something new with these energy shifts occurring. We have a lot of abilities that are coming online. I was just talking about this in my last video. And, what is going to make you more powerful is staying pure of heart, having a more open heart chakra, expanding yourself, detoxing, getting rid of the garbage that is, polluting your mind and your body and your soul on so many levels. And it doesn't matter how many energy shifts we have this year, not a lot is going to change until you guys change something with yourselves. So it doesn't matter what kind of astrology is going on, right? If we're still kind of, partaking in the same old habits, not a lot is going to change. So this is about becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, becoming and stepping into who your higher self is. My link is above. I've been kind of off grid a lot with this storm, right? I'm going into myself. We are wrapping up Mercury retrograde, so this will help people with communication issues. Sometimes you're noticing being multidimensional, you have these communication issues going on where people are not understanding you. People can only ever understand where they're at their level of consciousness or from their perception. So it's really important to be working on our heart chakra and upper chakras, throat chakra right now during this time. My link is above. If you guys need an Akashic reading, it's much different. I go into your future probabilities and past lives, and I've been doing some amazing Akashic work. I was just telling someone that when you have a reading with me, it will create a whole shift on its own because it will give you information and things you didn't know, like what you should be doing with your soul path if you didn't already know, what's coming next, old things might come up. It's also an amazing time to check out my classes too and get attuned. Brian Feliciano, you're working on grounding, nature, presence, practicability, and stability. I've been working on connecting with the earth more. It's really important that we are making this transition. A lot of people find a lot of power from nature. Amanda Barker, hi. You're working on your base or your root chakra, possessions, belongings, finances, assets, and treasures. Jennifer Simpson. You're working on your throat chakra, truth, transparency, sincerity, communication, and honesty. Kathy Anderson. You're working on your third eye chakra. If anyone else is working on their third eye, you guys should check out the video I just did in our group, Lemurian Dream School. Like I said, it'll have some good pointers for you. Tammy Oliver. You're working on your heart chakra, compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. Katrina Dean, you're working on your sacral chakra, desires, goals, passion, craving, and fulfillment. Dollar Business, good morning. You're working on your sacral, money, finances, power, generosity, and abundance. And we have, like I said, an intense energy the next 11 days. We're going to have a lot of incoming waves of energy. We're manifesting rapidly. So, whenever we have these eclipse cycles, we begin a new cycle. This will be the one that we're in until 2020. And it's really important that we're realizing going through these energy shifts, whatever we're thinking about is having such an impact on what we're going to see in the near future. So stay positive, stay aligned with what you want. Aaron Z, you're working on your base chakra, your root chakra, action, movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. And we have to transcend this fear. Fear is like a virus of the human conditioning. We need to let go of this fear. We've always been protected and safe and given lessons that we needed for our highest good. This is a time between worlds where a lot of people are kind of, either in between worlds or in one or the other. And, suffering is of the third dimension. That hopefully your soul will not need these hard lessons that cause us pain and discomfort and things like that. Hopefully we're moving into a new phase for the soul. Let's see, Jake. You're working on your heart chakra. More love, kindness, benevolence, sharing, and receiving. Keep working on your heart chakra. It's really powerful in all of this. Linda Bonham. You're working on your base chakra. Family, belonging, community, culture, and tribe. Jennifer Dawes. You're working on your throat chakra. Keep finding your truth. It's really powerful in this. See, Judy Reed, you're working on your crown chakra, faith, hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. Lisa Lassard, you're working on your solar plexus, personal boundaries, choice, assertiveness, empowerment, authenticity. Selma Aaliyah, sending crazy love. You're working on your heart chakra, emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, and fluidity, and we do have more work to do, I know. Right? We are going through this quantum leap in time, and the physical body is going to continue to evolve and to change and transform, and we're going to be coming into these amazing abilities where people are beginning to be able to astral project, heal people with their mind, using abilities like telekinesis, levitation, teleportation, things like that are coming on board along with this awakening. So we have a lot more work to do. I know everyone's ego will convince them we're cool and we're good, but we have more to learn. If you guys are even watching my video right now, I'll tell you about my life. From my perspective, I'm playing Ascension School around here, where I get up and I do my day pretty similar almost every day. And I'm doing these videos, and, you know, I'm assisting the universe in teaching Ascension. So just the fact that we're sitting here and having this conversation tells us that we need more education when it comes to the spiritual, to Ascension. Things like that. It's kind of where we're all at right now. You'll notice when you're a kid, you spend a lot of time in school, right? This is Earth School, where we're meant to be learning. We're getting tested, we're getting lessons, we're leveling up. Take the spiritual serious. It's all that there is. You know, when you die, you're not going to take your house and your cars and the things that you're worried about today, they're not going to come with you on a soul level. So we're always so hung up on the material and the physical, but you know that isn't anything on a soul level. That is the illusion, that we're so wrapped up in this stuff. And we're not understanding the soul is all that there is. Jane Hart. You're working on your sacral chakra, sexuality, openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. The divine feminine is powerful. We can embody that goddess energy as well. And I know everyone has both energies within them, but a lot of more women are carrying that goddess energy powerfully. You're a powerful manifester. Tune into that. Manifesting is an ability. Not everyone can do it on the same level. Sometimes that is an ability for people. Yasmin Curley, thank you for sharing it. Please share this out. You're working on your crown chakra, intelligence, education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility. I am encouraging everyone to go back to school. I think you guys should be checking out my class section and some of my groups here that I have as class spaces on Facebook. It will do you some good. When I see go back to school, I'm like, perfect. Let's see. Emma Bagwell, you're working on your throat chakra. Will, expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. And part of my path is and will be working on my throat chakra. I'm learning how to find my voice and to speak. And I'm realizing how powerful it is when I do these videos as to what it can attract and bring to me. And, you know, speaking things into existence. That through me finding my voice, I'm learning how to create. And I'm learning that I need to be very careful with my words, right? And because they're creating entire realities around here. Find your voice and speak about things that resonate with your soul. Make sure your words and your thoughts are in alignment with your soul and who you are spiritually. Regina Lali Morella, you're working on your third eye. Guidance, love, support, signs, and direction. And we have a huge emphasis on the third eye. That is the gateway. It doesn't matter if the Lionsgate portal is open. If you're closed off spiritually, it probably won't open up much more for you energetically. So we have a huge emphasis on first we must go within and make sure that our chakras are all open and, you know, flowing. a lot of the times our chakras are open naturally through Kundalini awakening or Kundalini energy, going up the chakra system, such as a serpent would energetically. It's no wonder so many people are closed off and blocked off spiritually with the programming that we got when it comes to sex and things like that, and these energies within. Keep working on your chakras. You guys know that I do chakra clearings. Highly recommended. Happy birthday, Erin. I love it. Every time I see a birthday, I'm like, yes, happy birthday. The universe loves birthdays. It's your day. Make a manifesting list. Put it out there. Some hopes and dreams. See, I always say that they've convinced us we're going to be broke and sick forever, so people stop dreaming. They're like, oh, I can never do anything. Oh, I can never afford to do anything. This is my life, right? And we just close ourselves off from our creative potential ourselves. And it's a lot of what is occurring around here. So make sure you're daydreaming bigger. Juliet Saltmarsh, you're working on your heart chakra, forgiveness, letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. And I do a lot of very sacred healing work with people. And when it's not usually the other people we need to forgive, it's ourselves looking back because we don't understand things. We don't understand, why did I get this lesson? Why did this happen to me? We tend to have recalled things from a victim perspective too, experiencing these things, not understanding these are karmic lessons that may have been playing out across lifetimes that are coming up for closure so that our soul can ascend higher. If any of you guys are, not understanding events that have occurred in your life, had crazy experiences, lessons you're having a hard time with you, I really recommend an Akashic reading because it can help, shift some light into these situations and what they actually are underneath. A lot of times we see souls and we get so lit up, and then, these relationships go bad, real bad. If you've ever had a karmic experience, it probably didn't end good. And so in the beginning, there's this soul recognition. So we tend to, recognize souls and then not recognize the lessons. Lindsay Ship, you're working on your sacral chakra. Pleasure, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and indulgence. I have learned that I am a manifesting generator, so it is my job to not only be daydreaming and creating, it is my job to be generating a good energy. If I can stay lit up and I can get on this video, I can create a kind of positive ripple effect where maybe I can make someone a little bit higher vibe and then they go out their day a little bit higher vibe, and it's kind of like this ripple effect. So it's really powerful when we can find our own vibration and shift it. For me, I'm learning how to make more of that energy that lights me up. It's easy. Do more things that you enjoy. Stay happy. Stay lit up. Annabelle McCauley. You're working on your third eye, dreams, symbols, signs, guidance. And, I just did a whole video on the third eye talking about that is the gateway to the spiritual. And that is why they work so hard to keep us shut down through our foods, the chemicals, the things going on here. You guys know I do third eye activations. And like I keep saying, I just did a video on the third eye in Lemurian Dream School. Go find that video if you're trying to work on that chakra. Connie Neeson, you're working on your sacral chakra. Relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. And I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we do have, Mercury coming out of retrograde in like a week, and then we will have Uranus going into retrograde. But then our next full moon will be one with a huge emphasis on freedom and liberation. So a lot of you guys are already feeling this, that we have to let go of any control dramas, things holding us back. And, we are just meant for amazing things. Just keep going with the flow. But this is a journey about liberation and freeing ourselves. Mandy Asper, you're working on your throat chakra. Self-expression, vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. Arthur Lopez, you're working on your crown chakra. Divine consciousness, inner connection, expansion, oneness, and light. And I always try to teach people that anyone can tune into consciousness. I'm not special with what I'm doing. Like, anyone can go ahead and purify the body, right? And do these things that I learned how to do. And we can all tune into consciousness and channel this stuff. Sarah Cornell, the mail just came. You're working on your sacral. You're working on your inner child, playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder. Gretchen Hyatt. You're working on your root chakra, your base chakra, home, shelter, safety, nurturing, and warmth. And as people that probably identify with labels on this feed like empath, light worker, starseed, and many other, right? It's very important that we're working on our lower chakras, that we're building solid, a foundation that is solid from the bottom up. Work on your bottom chakras. Sometimes we're always in the mind space and in our head, and we forget to, get that energy down to our root chakra. More grounding, more meditation. Barb Howard, good morning. You're working on your third eye, the mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. And keep working on your third eye. And everyone will be like, I'm awake. I have to go wake everyone else up. That is ego. No, we're having an awakening. We're not awake yet, or we would be God consciousness. We would have come back to self-actualization and be able to do the craziest things. So we're experiencing and in the middle of a spiritual awakening. And I know that most of you guys should have a good start with opening your third eye. That chakra will continue to expand. We'll continue to hold more and more, of those higher levels of consciousness. Keep working on your third eye. Kelly Jacobs with an eye. You're working on your heart chakra. Stay open to love. And everyone's like, I'm great with love. Well, what has been blocking us from love in the past? Just our programming, things that we've allowed in our relationships, the way we see things. These are things that need to be removed during this time. Anything blocking us from love goes with this Leo energy, hopefully. Sabrina McKay, you're working on your third eye, seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. Valerie Smith Komrowski, you're working on your solar plexus. When you guys get these solar plexus cards, I know that you're a super empath. You're taking in tons of energies around us. And the problem is that there's a lot of victim programming that goes with empath. Like, you're going to be stalked and targeted by narcissists forever. This is a bad thing. If you're feeling vibrations and energies, it goes to show you that you're a healer. The label goes deeper. You should realize you're empathic and then realize at some point, I have a calling. I was activated to heal once again. We begin that journey by healing ourselves, though. A lot of people are skipping steps and not understanding why things aren't working out for them. And we have more healing to do with ourselves generally to get to where we're supposed to be on this healing mission. More self-healing. Brenda Schaefer. You're working on your third eye too. Visualization, imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. And once we open our third eye, there's, we're unlimiting ourselves in terms of what we can create, what we can visually dream up. Lynn Marie, you're working on your heart chakra. Passion, desire, fun, fulfillment, and joy. Let's see. Vesna Milos, you're working on your throat chakra, communication, self-expression, exchange, sharing, and connection. And I see you guys, the light workers that are kind of in their own worlds and staying hidden, but on Facebook, yes, you are being seen. I know, people are real comfortable in staying hidden around here. That is how we stay in darkness. It is only through you guys coming into the light and shining brighter that we're going to do this. So keep shining, you're being seen. Lindsay Ship, you're working on your solar plexus, self-esteem, confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but August will be a huge month for spiritual unions and people coming together in love. And the first step of this is realizing that you can't be in a spiritual union with someone who's not into the spiritual. So a lot of you guys, number one, are trying to force spiritual people who are not into the spiritual, into that spiritual box to, make it work. But you're going to find that a real spiritual union would be between two people that are spiritually connected and tuned in, number one. But this is going to be a huge emphasis on love. We're going to get there by coming back to self-love. It's part of the process. It was part of my awakening where, I had to accept and love all parts of myself on every level. The things that you guys are still holding on to, hiding out in, and don't want to bring to the surface. That's how we're going to kind of transcend all of our lessons through loving ourselves completely. Joanna Stephanie Shepherd, you're working on your throat chakra, creativity, imagination, expression, originality, and passion. Ava Mapp, You're working on your third eye, insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, and self-evaluation. Michael Lawton. You're working on your solar plexus, your gut instincts, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. And, we have to follow our own internal compass. That's where, people are being led wrong when they're listening to everyone outside of them or listening to what they should be doing with their lives. And why are we doing what everyone else is doing when they're sick and miserable? This is about finding our own path, through that sense of knowing. You're taking in a lot of energy, too. Make sure that you guys that are resonating with that label of being empathic, which I think all people should be empathic and psychic, and that if you're not empathic, you're just disconnected from your spiritual software. So if you guys are identifying with that label, make sure you're taking very good care of your own energy, because you're filtering in a lot of energies coming in from around you. Make sure you're doing more salt baths, more time alone, more nature. Marie Melissa. You're working on your crown chakra. Inspiration, ideas, spark, conception, and impulse. Let's see. Nikki Renee, you are working on your crown chakra. Presence, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. Diva Gupta, you're working on your base chakra, your root chakra. Let go of fear. And everyone says, I have no fear, right? How about if something scary happens and crazy happens, then all this stuff might flood to the surface, right? That's what lies underneath. We have to let go of fear. The best way to ground and to stay secure is to connect more with nature, too. Geraldine Wigland, I know, sending crazy love. You're working on your throat chakra. Sound, music, silence, rhythm, vibration. I do have a couple of events on this page. I'm going to be doing a Lionsgate feed under the event section. And then, we're doing our usual September at Stonehenge too. So I have a few, and another crop circle event too. So I do have some events on this page. If you guys are missing my videos, maybe check out an event so you catch me. Kimber Monticelli, you're working on your crown chakra. See. Kathleen Thurmer, yes, you're working on your root chakra. Physical health, vitality, strength, body image, and balance. We're definitely learning balance. Christy Hampton, you're working on your third eye. Intuition, trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. And we have a huge emphasis on our third eye, as well as our heart chakra, with these energies and tuning in more ourselves. A lot of you guys are tuning in through videos and other people tuning in for you. It's always been my goal to get on video and talk about the things I've done to learn how to tune in so people could do that themselves, right? It's really important that we're tuning in ourselves too with these energies. All I can recommend is maybe check out a third eye activation or a class, which I do an attunement with. That might help you tune in more yourselves and things like that. Meditate more, unplug more, spend more time alone downloading. Bethany Ken, you're working on your sacral. Let's see. My comments are bad. Charlie Edwards, you're working on your solar plexus. Choice, free will, courage, willpower, and change. Christopher Lee Thomas, you're working on your sacral. Emotions, feelings, expression, moods, and balance. Let's see. Charlie Edwards with an I. Facebook in the comments. You're working on your heart chakra. You're working on connection, universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. I'm going to be going on that note, but I am here if you need me. If you guys are not detoxing, that's the best thing you can do for your third eye. You can always hit my business page inbox. I give you a good vitamin list that will help, clear out any fluoride, chemicals, toxins. It will help you with this activation process. I am always here. You can always hit my business page inbox. If you need me for anything, the best way to do that is set up anything on my site and I find you right away.